Hello, young or old here, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the public's attitude towards bikers. Yeah, I know we are also the public, so let's say the non-biking public's attitude towards us bikers. Stay tuned and watch the intro. Now, I can visualise my bike-hating dad years ago standing next to his Triumph motorbike with his leather jacket, his boots, his hair slicked back from a perfectly straight parting, with enough grease to lube your chain, holding the quiff firmly in place. I can't imagine my dear old dad ever having hair. Glad I didn't inherit his hairline though. Yes, he didn't always hate bikes, he just hates me having one. It's about time I grew up. I remember him telling me that he and a mate went away for the weekend to some seaside place. No, he weren't a rocker, this was way before them days. But basically he couldn't find a B&B to stay because he was a biker. My dad, being my dad, argued that his bike was worth as much money as some of the cars that were parked in the B&B car park. But it was no use, they just weren't allowed to stay. Eventually they did find some dump to stay in. Well, I suppose they were grateful for any custom. Now, I never have had this problem, as when I book anywhere, I ask for a room for my wife and I. And do they have off-road parking, as I need somewhere safe to park our motorbike. The owner or receptionist will have picked up on the clues that we are a mature couple touring on our bike, and we're more born to be mild than wild. Even when we book multiple caravans for our group tour, we have had no problems. As I mentioned in other videos, it's the more mature riders who seem to tour nowadays. I'm sure if we were booking caravans for a stag weekend, the site management might think different. Bike meets are a great way for a day or just an evening out. Have a nice ride with your mates or just meet up with them for a chat and look at all the different bikes that gather there. It saddens me to see some of these meets are now under threat of closure. One of the meets I used to go to have now put signs up asking for riders to behave in a courteous manner when arriving or leaving the meet. I heard it been getting complaints from local residents who are getting fed up with high revving, loud pipes. The police have also mentioned about the lack of legal riding when leaving. I noticed recently the wall that runs parallel to the road, it does provide extra seating and everyone sort of sits there with their backs facing the road and looking into the bike meet. But as soon as people start to leave, the people sitting on the wall rotate round so they're now facing the road. Means only one thing, showboating time. This is when some of the riders will rev their engines to accelerate as fast as they can. Some do a wheelie, some try to do one, but it's like a ritual performance. No wonder the locals are getting a bit pissed off with it. I know that over the years some of the meets I've been to have been shut down by the police and local authorities. These meets were always good with a massive turnout, but now sadly gone. The two classic meets I attend on a regular basis don't seem to have these problems, maybe due to the age of the riders there and the sort of bikes they ride. Yes, some have Harleys that may have loud pipes. I know mine did, but like me the riders try to keep the revs down so as not to annoy anyone. When our group are away on a bit of a tour, we respect other holiday makers and try to keep the noise to a minimal level when entering and leaving the caravan site. We keep the speed way down, usually below the limit, but we're aware that it's a holiday site and there'll be children wandering about or having a potter around on their cycles or scooters, so we act polite and safe. If we act like fools, then the site management will think all of us bikers are bad news and not allow them on site anymore. And you know what? Who could blame them? It's a normal thing for other site residents to want to have a look at the bikes and ask questions about them. We're always happy to oblige, and if they have children with them, we will offer the chance for parents to take photos of their children sitting on our bikes. They actually usually say yeah. But if just one of those parents say to their friends when showing them their holiday pics, you know, we met some bikers on holiday and what a good bunch they were, then that's a good thing in my book. We ride bikes for the feeling of freedom that it gives us. Yes, most of us have cars as well, but the car is a tool. It does a job we need it to do. But riding a bike is something we choose to do, something that we're passionate about. So as I mentioned to trainees, you know, let's all be an ambassador to motorcycling. Let others know about our bikes and what we enjoy. Who knows? You may convert someone. Although we're not mainstream, and you know what, we don't really want to be. But let them know that we're still a good bunch of decent people, but with an extra knowledge and roadcraft. In my humble opinion, I do think most people's perception of bikers has changed over the years. Maybe due to the look of the bikes and the riders' clothing. The rocker type image seems to have gone, but to some we're still just loud, fast and classed as maniacs on two wheels. Look at some of the drivers' faces when you're stuck in traffic and we can filter through. Many times I've actually seen a car deliberately change their position to block me getting through. It's as if I'm stuck, so you're going to be stuck. On the other hand, many drivers have moved their car over to allow me to get through easier. Either that, or where they're just worried I might scratch their car. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the content of this video. If you have, please do the ticks to like and subscribe. And as always, take care, ride safe, and bye for now.